What's going on, guys? This is Shady of Lightning back with another Digimon video, and the topic I want to discuss today is Myotismon overrated? And I'm talking about in the first two seasons. Was he really all that good as a villain and as a character? From the first season, including all the Dark Masters and the other villains that the Digidestined have encountered in the digital world, Myotismon was always the favourite villain amongst all the Digimon fans. And when it comes to discussion on which arc is the favourite from the original season, among the fandom it's always the Myotismon arc that's the favourite. With all that in mind, let's talk about Myotismon's good points and the bad points to determine whether or not he was overrated. First of all, him as a villain. The entire Digimon fandom regard him as the best villain, but what separates him from the rest of the villains that makes him so popular? Comparing him to other villains, he was the most proactive. Devimon was lazy. He made Leomon and Ogremon do all the dirty work for him. Granted, he did separate all the Digidestined from each other in the Infinity Mountain, but Leomon and Ogremon did most of the work in getting the Digidestined in a frenzy. Just like Devimon, Etamon was also quite lazy. He would usually sit in his van and make Tyrannomon and Gazimon do all the work. Heck, when it comes to the technology that he uses, all the work was done by Datamon. However, having said that, it would be hypocritical of me not to mention that Myotismon used Devimon in the early episodes of the Myotismon arc, making him chase the Digidestined and to keep them from activating their crests, which was a big time failure because Devimon isn't really that strong to go toe to toe against their partner Digimon, and if Myotismon was actually bothered to do it himself, their crests might not have been activated. However, if you watch those earlier episodes again, you will see that every time Myotismon appeared on screen, there was always this dark energy covering his whole body, including his face as well. Myotismon is the first villain in the series to get such a treatment. The writers were clever with this in building the anticipation for this mysterious villain, and when he did make his full Myotismon on-screen debut, we saw him dominating the Digidestined partner Digimon. It took Biyomon to digivolve into Garudamon, and even then they still had to retreat because Myotismon was ready to kill them there and then, which showed Myotismon was ready for battle anytime when it's called upon for him to do so. Another point that I want to mention is that he's a brilliant tactician. One of my favourite plans that he did was when he used the Mystic Fog to cause mass panic amongst the people in Tokyo. All electronical devices were completely shut down, nothing was working. All this was done in order for Myotismon to find the 8th child. If you want to put him against the Dark Masters, I would say as a villain he's better than all of them. He is a better tactician than both Machinedramon and Metasidramon, because if you think about it, all Machinedramon did was nuke the city that the Digidestined were hiding in, and all Metasidramon did was chase the Digidestined, and even then there were occasions where he couldn't even find the Digidestined. For me personally, you can't compare Myotismon to Puppetmon because Puppetmon was a sympathetic villain. He was a child like Digimon, and Myotismon clearly wasn't. I love Piedmon, I love his attack moves and the fact that he's a killer demonic clown and he's basically the endgame villain of all the Dark Masters. I find that very amazing, but he still pales in comparison to Myotismon because throughout the Dark Masters arc, what did Piedmon do? Let's be honest guys, he didn't do anything, and I get that the writers were saving him as the big bad guy, and the fact that he was the strongest Dark Master also submits on why he should be saved for being the last villain, but it all boils down to the same problem that Devimon suffered from as a villain. There's laziness factor, and making his minions do all the work. In Piedmon case, Lady Devimon was doing all the work. So in terms of being proactive and planning ahead, Myotismon is top out of all the Adventure Digimon villains, which for me doesn't make him overrated at all. If anything, he deserves all the praise he gets as the main villain in season 1. And in terms of planning, not only does he have a short-term plan, he has a long-term plan as well. His long-term plan being the only Digimon to control 2 worlds, and his short-term plan could be boiled down to him trying to find the 8th Digidestined and all that good stuff. Anyways guys, that's my little video right there. Do you guys think Myotismon is overrated? Do you think he doesn't get enough credit? Or do you think he's just overshadowed by the Dark Masters? Let me know in the comment section down below. And guys, if you like these discussion type Digimon videos that I'm making, please comment down below. If you want me to make more Digimon discussion videos, comment below, and yeah, let's get this going. Care for nothing.